And I just put my drink down.
Milan, darling, Milan.
Say poodle, y'all think run this. Miss she, her black.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Hey. Easy.
They'll start on the ground. ETN. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
11.
Lawrence going to move him around a bit. Lawrence with a quick throw outside. That's complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in third in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be first, because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4.
Street. Hey, kill. Here we go.
Here's Lawrence. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Hey, Lion.
On 1st and 10, it's ETN. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. The Jaguars at 5-9 on the year. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and a couple. And they'll go again with ETN. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 2. Now they'll change things around before the snap.
Go. Sink right. Red.
Now Lawrence. This ball caught by McIntosh. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 27 yards there on a very nice third down conversion.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
On red.
Lawrence will throw. Flushed out right. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football. But how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Second down and a yard.
Route. 11, Agate.
ETN up the middle. And the big boys up front. They're going to stop him right at the line. Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive. But this is 3rd down. Now Lawrence now going to move him around. And they'll send the tight end in motion.
30 left.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Evan Ingram, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jags get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Now, this is a crew, they've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you've gone somewhere, but you really have. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
Under.
First carry now for Jaleel McLaughlin. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. In motion, the tight end. Stroud. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. We're always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Third down and 6. Back to throw. Here's Stroud.
He finds his man. Complete. That's Zimmerman.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
In motion goes the tight end.
Why, Tony? Hey, uno.
Stroud to throw it.
Looking middle, and that's complete. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's second down and 3.
All right.
The give is to McLaughlin. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
On the quick, right?
Stroud looking to throw.
He finds his man. Complete. It's Zimmerman.
But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go, and sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far. Well drilled, well prepared, and excited to start this game.
From the 42-yard line, here's second and 3. And Shaheed going to go in motion.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Jaguars 7, Texans 0.
Texans football to start quarter 2 as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming.
Throwing now is Stroud.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And the throw and the catch were just fine, but against zone coverage when you run a drag route, what you're hoping for is he makes the catch and makes someone miss, and they don't there. Very difficult route to run when everyone has their eyes back towards the quarterback and they're able to see the route develop.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Here we go, let's go.
On the handoff, McLaughlin. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. On the ground, here's McLaughlin.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
And Shaheed going to go in motion. Here's Stroud.
He finds his man, complete. It's Zimmerman. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Here we go.
2nd and 7. Now Stroud.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31.
Joshua Hines-Allen.
He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
They need 18 yards here on 3rd down.
South. Rock to the right, rock to the right. Rock to the right. Under. Hey! Under.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And the Jags are going to get the football back at their own 17.
If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Now Lawrence.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit. And that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions. Even when you're taking some hits, sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up, and make those throws, and he did that.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Think right. 11. 13, Luke.
From the gun, it's Lawrence.
Flush to his right. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Hey, smash. Think right, open. Go, let's go. Here we go.
Lawrence.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
And this offense on 3rd down today, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 16.
Gun. 11, Agate. Hey, kill.
Now Lawrence to throw. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
Here's Bryce Behringer now.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
1:55 left to go in the first half of play. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a...
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line.
Well, those have been a problem for him all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
Here's Lawrence to throw.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
And incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
Second and 10.
Here we go.
And Stroud now to throw.
buying time to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. 6 yards on the pickup, and all of a sudden here, it's third down.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. From the gun on third down, Stroud.
He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Like what I've seen so far out of this defense, because they've been showing the best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
And that'll be off the crossbar and out. It's short. He couldn't get it there. It's no good. And this will stay at a 7-point game. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise. And that'll deny him a shot at 3.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead, should they so choose.
I can assure you, setting up a screen is much more difficult than it appears. It requires excellent timing from everyone on the offense. And a defense's number one goal is to throw that timing off.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked off by Christian Harris.
And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD.
Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets them on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick 6.
And I know from experience throughout the week, when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick 6s and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
A try here for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
And with 40 seconds to go, that's, you'd think, time enough to try to mount a drive should they decide to do so.
Great job. 11-11.
Lawrence will try again after the pick 6.
And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there, because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Hey, easy. Ralph. Hey, kill. Go street. Go. Silver.
Back to throw. Lawrence. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
Hey, go. Hot.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And we'll get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown.
Xavier Worthy
58 yards.
And the Jaguars will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A shotgun snap to Stroud.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go. 11. 19 Texas. White, Tony.
Stroud working out of the gun. They intercept Stroud again, the 3rd time in this game. Picked up by Andre Sisco.
Wow, a big mistake there. Late interception in this first half, and that could lead to a field goal try the other way.
Yeah, I think at this point you just had to say, let's take a knee and go in at the half and regroup. Let's just talk it over a little bit. I wonder, partner, was the analytics coach in his head a little bit? Maybe go ahead and press it and try and get some points? While the old school coach probably would have said, take the knee, let's get out of here.
Now we could see points the other way here. And his kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7.
Well, Charles, I think you'd have to call that a win for the defense after the turnover already in field goal range, and they had to settle for 3.
Yeah, Bean, the beautiful part is you start so close to the end zone that your thought process on offense has to loosen up a little bit because you're thinking to yourself, you're almost guaranteed 3. Let's take some good shots at the end zone and try and turn it into 6.
And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Texans 7.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. A 10-point game, 17-7 to score as we get back to it on EA Sports. Fighting his way through contact. And he's going to be out of bounds across the 50. Great return.
And while we weren't quite there yet, you had to start to wonder if there's going to be any life left in this team. And that big return, that could be the exact spark to get them right back into this game.
A carry from McLaughlin.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Here's McLaughlin.
And he's brought down at the 19 after a gain of 19. First down in the red zone.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
They'll run. It's McLaughlin.
A gain of 3, second down.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety, being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
On the 2, right?
They'll keep it on the ground. McLaughlin, and he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
Here's 3rd and 3.
Oh, and 2J.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's McLaughlin, and he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. They'll try and run for it, and nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. He needed a couple, but he didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Now ETN to start the drive.
Wiggles free. A nice move gets him a few extra. Down just shy of his 20. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Now 2nd and 5.
Decent 24. Here we go, sir.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. He'll get this out to the flat for ETN.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Red on red. Eleven.
Straight ahead, ETN.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6.
Hey. 30 left. Silver.
Etienne once more.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Now Lawrence changing the play. Lawrence going to fire it out wide, complete.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
All right, here we go. Done.
A handoff for Etienne.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it.
Now they'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. Here's 1st and 5.
And now they'll shift things around. A give to Etienne running right.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It's a pickup of 6.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
A give left side for Benson.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
11.
A give up the middle with Benson.
And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. One quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
Play action. It's Lawrence.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
Hey, Jupiter. Here we go.
And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence.
And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with a football. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride to the offense this go-around. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and they'll be left with second and a couple.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. From the 38, Stroud. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
South. Hey, uno more. 19 Texas.
From the gun on third down, here's Stroud. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
And in a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Look the hot.
Here goes Stroud again.
And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Under. Why Tony? Hey, uno.
Stroud out of the gun here. That'll be taken in by Shaheed.
And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 down at the 31. Again, he'll drop to throw. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up 2nd and 10.
South. Hey, uno more. 19 Texas. Hey.
Back to throw again. Touchdown. A great play there. 31 yards.
And the Texans have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
So they get the score, partner. Game's not over, but they still need some help here.
Agreed. They definitely need some help, but they took care of the first part by scoring themselves.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away.
And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high-percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
Think right. 30 left.
18-yard line.
Silver.
Lawrence will throw. He sets to fire deep. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there. 82 yards. And the Jaguars use the big play to extend their fourth quarter lead. The extra point up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Breaks through the contact. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
They're on the 26-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. They're part of this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because, remember, they had a pick 6 on the other side, and now they get a pick 6 of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception on this one. A better effort to take it all the way back for 6. And how about an exceptional effort to match their opposition's pick 6 from earlier in this game?
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. We'll see if they can band back together after the pick 6. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock.
Under.
Stroud coming right back after the pick 6. Steps away to his left. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. Stroud to throw it. He's going to air one out. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. 64 yards. And the Texans are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. A big spot now for the Texans as they'll try for two.
Here we go.
Texans will line up for the two-point conversion.
No one left in the backfield as they send a man left. Complete at the 1. And they will get back to within 1 score as he is into the end zone, and the lead's cut to 8 here in the 4th. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And that's caught inside the 30. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. And Xavier Worthy with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Jaguars look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 15 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Speed left, speed left.
Stroud. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's a gain of 34. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. And they'll send the tight end in motion.
Hey, south.
Throwing now is Stroud. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Juju Brents. And the Jaguars force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
at the 26-yard line.
So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory.
Hey, run!
Another run on second down, trying to cover up.
And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here.
Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
And in an afternoon where just about everything's gone right, there's an unlikely sight there. He's got a receiver all alone downfield, and he just overshoots him.
And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10.
Walk to the right, walk to the right. Walk to the right. Look to high, look to high.
Stroud to throw it. Open man left side. Shaheed has it.
And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Ow, what's that? Whoa, 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 whoa. 11.
Here's Stroud.
Being chased out left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Stroud.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked up by Juju Brents. And the Jags are going to get it back here just past the 35.
Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point, as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch. And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide, because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
On the counter, Etienne.
Oh, good move. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
Let's go. Check smash. Check smash. 11. 13, loop. Loop. Here we go.
Here's Lawrence. Oh, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. Picked off by Christian Harris.
And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have them set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line.
So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really, it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
Here's 1st and goal. Now Stroud. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete. But we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Why, Tony?
Now Stroud.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with a clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
Okay, so they got the score. Do you go for 1 here and save the possible 2-point conversion for later?
I think you do, because if you go for 2 here and you don't get it, that's deflation.
Yeah.
Now you wonder why you're even going for it. Take the easy one now and come back and try and get it later.
Now with that, they could elect to take the ball at the 1 if they wanted.
Yeah, exactly right. They have options here. If they decide now to go for 2 after the penalty, the ball doesn't go to the 2-yard line as normal. They get the penalty, so that's half the distance. You put it at the 1. But if they decided they wanted to kick, they would just move the ball from the 15 to the 10, and they would kick it there.
So looking at this situation, you should have time for the onside kick and then at least 1 play. And this is going to be recovered by the Jaguars. And that should just about do it. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics would tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. So this will be a win for Jacksonville, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Jacksonville, a win will come too late to save a losing season, but they do move to 6-9 on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Houston, they're guaranteed now a sub-500 season as they fall to 6-9. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.